the next slide, we kind of already touched on introductions. I talked a little bit about pre-health conference and all that it has to offer. And then we kind of ended off on this slide. These are the registered schools that we've had already registered. As you can see, a lot of Ivy League schools that are coming and representing. So this is just a really great way that if you are an applicant or plan to be an applicant, or you're just interested on their schools and their programs and organizations, this is a great way to kind of talk with dental with many different admissions and kind of get to know their program a little bit more.
So thank you for that, Natalie. So what can you do as a pre-health student for the pre-health conference? Well, the pre-health conference is basically split up into mainly two main parts. So we first have the exhibitor fair, which happens from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the first half of the day. And that's where you are able to interact with many of the admissions representatives that are going to be representing their respective school at the pre-health conference. So basically, when you go to the pre-health conference, the exhibitor fair is going to be happening in this really big field called Hutchison Field. It's gonna be in an outside venue, pretty much, and you're basically just gonna be able to walk around, go to different tents, go to different admissions representatives, and learn more about their school, possibly learn more about their admissions process. So getting to talk to the people that read your application is going to be really, really important. And then the second part of the pre-health conference is going to be the workshop sessions. So it's going to be from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And there's going to be 3 sessions. So from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., and 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. So that's pretty much what we're going to be expecting for the workshops. And in each session, there's going to be different workshops from different schools. And the 2 types of workshops that we have are the interactive and the didactic. So the didactic workshops are more traditional, kind of like lecture style, where you have like a speaker and a projector, and the speaker is just able to talk more about some of the things that they want to say, like probably talk about admissions or like getting to learn more about the day in the life of like a doctor or a nurse or a PA, for example. And then we have interactive workshops where it's like, as it says in the name, it's interactive. So you get to like do some hands-on skills, learn something new, possibly get some sense of like some of the things that a healthcare professional would do in their day-to-day job. And lastly, we also have admissions panels where you could probably have like a panel full of different admissions officers from different pre-health fields, so like doctor, nursing, PA, dentistry, and you basically are given the opportunity to ask them questions about the admissions process during the Q&A session. And here is the slides for preparing for the pre-health fair. So we just want to let you guys know that attendee registration opens at 6 a.m. So each attendee will be getting a name tag just for like identification. And for the pre-health fair, which is from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., just remember that it's going to be organized based on different health professions. And you can look through the list of the exhibitors prior to the conference. So in the little tote bag that we will give you on the day of conference, there will be a program inside of that bag, and you're able to see, get a quick preview of what to expect for exhibitors. And we want to preface by saying that there will be some exhibitors that are really, really popular for many students, so there will be long lines. So just keep that in mind when you're planning your day at the pre-health conference.
Yeah, and then I'd also like to add on what Gordon is saying is that kind of that last little tip that some of those lines are a little bit long. So kind of to prepare you guys, that's why we have open registration for attendees very early in the morning. So it's almost like a first come, first serve. So of course, if you're a very dedicated student and you're looking forward to talking to that one special admissions representative, we kind of advise and encourage a lot of attendees to kind of come early, be prepared with your questions, so that way you have the ability to talk to them and not kind of run out of time.
Thank you for that, Natalie. So here are some of the didactic workshops that we have. And as you can see, there's a whole range of different pre-health fields represented at the pre-health conference. So some things that we can see right now are like learning about the routes to nursing. So like thinking about getting a BSN versus an entry-level Master's of Science in Nursing, learning all about getting an MD PhD, or having research as part of the dental school experience, PT admissions panels, vet med admissions panels, like the list goes on and on. And I believe that this is a really good opportunity to get to learn more about some of the opportunities and the different pathways to different healthcare, to health professional fields.
Perfect. And then before we go on, I know I just saw a question in the chat. Of course, as Shraddha just mentioned, you do get to choose 3 workshops. One workshop, there's a span of, as Gordon was kind of mentioning earlier, the workshops timeline is from 1 to 4. So attendees will be able to select 3 different workshops that range from the 1 hour increment of the time frame that we have. So for example, if Gordon, we'll kind of use Gordon as an example here. Gordon is an attendee and he'd like to attend all about PA workshops. So that will be from 1:10 to 2. And then your next workshop, Gordon, that you would like to attend is maybe exploring careers in sports healthcare. And he'll kind of go to that workshop from 2:10 to 3, and then so on and so forth. As Gordon kind of mentioned, your program will have a list of all the different workshops that are available at each time session. So that's kind of why we say to prepare before, so that way you can see which workshop works better for you at the specific time frame.
Sorry about
Okay.
that. But thank you, Natalie. So here are some of the confirmed interactive workshops that we have for the pre-health conference. So some of it is like building your resume for health professional schools. So when you're applying to these schools, it's very important to not have like good standardized test scores and grades, but also the experiences that show why you're interested in pursuing the health profession. We also have a personal statement review. So definitely the way you write, the way you portray yourself on your applications is very important. And we also have wilderness medicine, which I think is a very interesting field of medicine that I never really think about. So it's like something new, something. It's like if you want to learn something new, you could go to that workshop as well. And we also have the student run clinics fair, which is pretty unique, at least for the UC Davis Medical School, because it allows for like undergraduates as well as medical students and other PA students to get involved with primary care, especially for underserved members of the Sacramento community, which I think is pretty cool. And lastly, we also have tackling the medical school interview. So like the personal statement review and the resume part of the application, the interview is very important if you want to know your interpersonal skills. So that's a really good workshop to attend as well.
Okay, so as Gordon, thank you, Gordon, for kind of mentioning what kind of workshops we are having day of conference. And I know Shadda's kind of working with the chat, so any questions, continue to keep sending them. She'll do her best to answer them. If we end up missing one, just send your question again. Or you can feel free to unmute or raise your hand and we'll go ahead and call on you. And then I do want to just talk about, I know there were some questions about ranging from a didactic and an interactive tickets. So as Shadna kind of mentioned in the chat, there is no didactic is free range. You're able to kind of go and see whichever one fits for you. However, interactive tickets are limited, hence by the word ticket. So this is just a little preview on how they work and kind of what you need to know day of conference. So all interactive workshop sessions require a ticket. We're using Eventbrite for all the distribution of the interactive workshops and kind of saving your spot in line before conference. Unfortunately, there's only a limited ticket per attendee. So it's best to kind of do your research before, see which one works best for you, and then make sure you go on Eventbrite and select your ticket. Attendees day of conference, you'll be able to pick up your ticket during the check-in when you register, or during the check-in, ranging from that 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. as Gordon was kind of mentioning in the beginning. We are using Eventbrite, so registration went live this morning. This is a little tip and a little hint. Interactive tickets are almost sold out. So be the first in line right now to kind of go and save your spot in line for any interactive workshop that you're kind of looking forward to. All registered attendees should have received an email with a link and in next steps on how to kind of save your spot in for those workshops. And then all the signups will close on October 12th by midnight. Or before midnight. So make sure that you kind of start to look in your email, see where that that information is, and save your spot in line.
Everyone, can you hear me okay? Okay. Sorry for the issues in the beginning with the internet. I'm Shraddha. I'm one of the other co-strategic communications coordinators. So we kind of wanted to finish off with some attendee tips, with not more logistical tips like you have been hearing from Gordon and Natalie about, how to get your tickets, how to do registration, but more detailed tips. For example, it is encouraged for all attendees to be dressed in business casual. Since you are, networking with admissions representatives, you really want to make a good mark when you do talk to them. So, some nice dress pants, maybe a button-down shirt. Also keep in mind, if you are getting here at 6 in the morning, Davis does tend to get a little colder. So if you want to dress in a layer, be sure to carry a jacket, things like that. Also, it is the first part of the conference, which is the pre-health fair, does take place outdoors on a grass field. So closed-toed shoes are very highly encouraged, and also ones that you are comfortable walking in. As UC Davis is a very large campus, so you'll be walking to different locations for your workshops and as well, like all across the field during the pre-health fair. So please be comfortable, and also remember to carry a water bottle to stay hydrated. Those are a few tidbits that we had. And of course, we're going to continue monitoring the chat for any questions.
I know that we had some chat messages about the interactive tickets saying that they were sold out. We are just confirming with our programming team to see if they are sold out or if there's something down with our system. I believe we had just checked it last.
Sorry, I think I just heard from them. They are sold out. So then we might have sold out from the beginning of when we started this presentation to right now. As we mentioned earlier, they do sell out very, very quickly. So our interactive programming coordinator, she just let us know that they have been sold out. But you are more than welcome to attend all of the didactic workshops. They are usually held in larger spaces, so everyone is able to go attend. We did have a question about if they'll be recorded or not. I believe they are not recorded. as a lot of the spaces are really, like we said, they're catered to like a theater, they're larger, so we don't have the capacity to record them. But if if there's something that you were really interested in and you were able to go talk to admissions representative during the exhibitor fair, as some of them are the work of speakers as well, so you could be reaching out to them earlier.
Yeah, and then there was another message in the chat about a specific post-bac program if they were going to be at conference. I can go ahead. Let's see, Gordon or Shraddha, do you guys mind linking the tentative pre-health fair link? We're going to go ahead and add. Okay, thank you. Yes, so we're going to go ahead and link that in the chat. This is a tentative of all the different exhibitors that will be exhibiting at the fair. And then also we'll go ahead and link the tentative workshops that we have right now confirmed. Thank you, Gordon, for sending that.
I believe, Natalie, if you want to go one slide over, there is a QR code for our website as well. So if anyone wants to scan it, it's a quick just way to get there.
I don't believe you need to sign up for the didactic workshops. I don't think so.
Nope. Those are definitely free range. You can kind of, as Gordon was kind of mentioning though in the beginning with the program, you'll be able to see which room each workshop is in. So I would just advise to, when you check in, look through your program, see what everyone has to offer, and then kind of just remind yourself what room everything is at. And then also there is a map of the UC Davis campus on the program. So just in case if you need any help, you can kind of refer to that, or you can find one of us coordinators. We will be in, I believe our shirts are, I always forget the color.
It will
They're
say
navy blue. Yeah,
Navy
and it'll say
blue.
leadership.
Perfect. But yeah, we'll all be there. We're super excited for you guys, and we're excited for what conference day has to come.
Yeah, we'll stop recording now, but we'll hang out here if anyone has any questions. We can continue to use the chat or unmute.